Hello everyone, I'm Diane. Welcome to my channel, Diane's Sewing Room. So today I thought I'd do a quick one on some of my scrap busting sweatshirts that use up all my scraps, and I've done a few of these, and having recently been given lots of gifted fabric, and I've got lots of also scrap fabrics myself that are in small pieces, it just gave me an idea of some of the ways that I might be able to use up some of my new fabrics and mix in with some of my older, smaller pieces that I already have. So if I've shared this before with you, or if you've seen me wearing these before in some of my other videos, feel free to move on, but I just thought I'd share them again now for people that haven't seen them, and what I did, what I used, and how I went about making them, because they're really useful. And I just got the mind to make this video today as I put one on, because I'd had one on yesterday, and I thought some people might not have seen these, and it's a really good way, and it's also a really economical way to use up your sewing supplies. Also, if you get things from charity shops and they don't fit you but you really love the fabric, it's a really good way to use up all those spare bits of fabric and make something completely new. So I'm wearing one today, but you can use, and I've put up the Tilly sweatshirt on the board there in the background, because you can use that one to do this if you're uncertain about just making your own sweatshirt pattern. Now I just cobbled this together, and I'll explain what this one is. So I'll stand up here so you can see a little bit better. So I've got a range of fabrics here, all from other projects that I've made things out of before, and it's got the same sort of thing on the back. It's not exactly the same design look because I've used what I had, but you've got the same sort of colour blocking going on here. So this is sweatshirting, grey. So is this green colour. This is jersey, but I've doubled it up. So this is doubled up, as is this one, jersey, and this is an Art Gallery Fabrics jersey. These are all doubled. So to make them thicker, and you can also put another solid neutral colour of jersey pieces behind the jersey print, or you can use some sweatshirting behind it. And it just brings it up to sort of a similar level if you double up the pieces. So this particular one, this green one, was one of my son's hoodies from when he was younger, but obviously that wouldn't fit me. And for this particular sweatshirt, I managed to save the hood. So the hood has remained intact. I just cut that off the hoodie. And then I've used pieces from the sleeves to make the sleeves. And also the strip that's around the bottom and at the back, or rather the triangle here, has been cut out. The grey at the bottom is from another sweatshirt that I made that I'm going to show you in a moment. This was some pyjamas. This one is a smart dress that I've got that I made in the Art Gallery Fabrics one. And this particular pink stripe I did for a work project, and that is not really my colours, that's why it's not next to my face. But that particular sort of hooded dress that I made from that, I gifted to a friend. So lots of different projects have been made before with these fabrics, and then the pieces that I've got left, I've made a whole new garment, and I've also used the pink stripe to make the cuffs as well. So it's a really fun way to use up your scraps, and all you need to do is any existing sweatshirt that you have, you can either cut around it to make your sweater pieces, or you could even be doing a long sleeve top or t-shirt in the same way. Or if you don't want to use that, you can use an existing pattern like the Tilly one that I have behind me, or any sweatshirt pattern. What you need to do is take your main pieces, sort of your body, your front, your back and your sleeves, and you need to retrace them on a new piece of paper. Then when you've done that, you need to cut it up into sections, a bit like a jigsaw puzzle. So I did it quite random on the front in sort of these triangles, and they're not all exactly triangle, but different shapes that all fit together. So mark it first with a pencil and ruler, how big your pieces you'd like to be. You might like them to be really small or bigger chunks like this. Then when you've done that and you've cut up all those pieces, what you need to do before you cut them up is number them and number the sides where they will meet, otherwise you will get confused. So here, what I did when I cut up my pieces, I would have put, say, 1 here on this line and 1 on that line there, so I knew that they lined up. A bit like when you're doing a PDF trace off from a pattern that you would download from a company. They always have numbers on the bits that you join together. So it's a little bit the same with this method. So if this one was 2 And then I maybe have 2 here and 2 here, so I knew that they met at that point. So number them all, cut them up. And what you also need to remember to do then at that point is add in a seam allowance at these points where they will join. So if you've cut it off the pattern, you probably won't need to add in a seam allowance at the sides, unless of course you have got a pattern that doesn't include seam allowance. But you definitely need to allow the seam allowances at these points. So that's basically how you do it, and then you just join them together like you would do in any patchwork, and then make up your sweatshirt as usual. And like I said, if you're using a lighter fabric, you can back it or you can double up to make it thicker. And this is really cosy. I mean, I wear this quite a lot, and it's a really nice comfy sweatshirt, and it's used up some of those scraps. So another one that I did, again pattern free, but this time without a hood, is this one, and I had this one on yesterday. So this is my black one that I had on yesterday. As you can see, the same kind of thing, but the shapes are slightly different. So we've got 2 patterns going on here to make this particular shape. I've got a floral and a spot. Got a floral on the arms. That was from a dress that I made. I think I wore that in a video before. Made a tilly dress in that one. That was really nice, and I had bits left over. This is t-shirting. I've actually got the t-shirt to this on under my sweatshirt today. This is a red plain ponce, and again we've got some floral there. I've kept the band at the bottom here. So on this one I haven't got a band at the bottom. This one I have. So this sweatshirting, I've got the band, and I've got it on the ends of the cuffs. I did a V-neck, and then the back is plain. So I'm going to sit down. So that's this one, and I really like this one also. It goes really well with black jeans. And this one I cut off slightly larger, but a long sleeve t-shirt for this one that I already have. I cut round, traced off pieces, cut them up in the same way that I did this one. The same thing going on the arms. One sleeve solid, and I've got one sleeve like this with the print just all the way down to the cuff. So that's that one. So another really nice use of scraps, and one that I really like, and I've really enjoyed making it as well, because it's really fun having a look to see what sort of scraps go together and different ways that you can piece them together to make it work. Because sometimes you put a couple of fabrics together and you think they really won't work, and then they do actually look quite nice. So have a little look through your scraps and see if there's anything there that you can do that with. If you've got some big pieces that are not quite big enough to make a full sweatshirt, but you don't want to do the whole hog of the whole patchwork jumper thing, you can do this one. Now this one is meant to be like this, and this one is from a bird pattern. So that's falling off. I'm going to try and get up without making the camera go funny again. So that is this one. So this one, you can use up your big pieces, and this is meant to be like this. This is a birder pattern. So we've got the doubled up grey hood with the cord. The pattern goes right into the side look. A V there. And it's mustard for this section, same at the back. Navy at the top, and then it goes down the arm, navy on that side, and mustard on this side. And that one is meant to be like that, and it's from this pattern. But it's another good way to use some big pieces if you've got them. So it's birder, and it's number 6375. Is that a six? No, it isn't. 6315. 6315. And as you can see, that one is made exactly the same as it is on the cover of the packet. So you could do different colours. And again, you could use that pattern, and you could add in more colours if you wanted. You don't have to keep the sleeves the same colour if you haven't got enough. But you would lose that effect of that V and that colour blocking on that one. So that's another way. I mean, that is this way by design. It's meant to be like that, but it's a good way to use up scraps, and I just thought I'd mention that because that is another one that I really like, and I think it's really useful if you've got big bits of sweatshirting left over and you haven't quite got enough to make a full sweatshirt. You can do different colour hood, different colour sleeves, maybe have it going into V at the side like that one does. So I think that's a really nice way to use up your pieces. So having had a look through some of my other gifted fabric, and I will be doing the part 2 to the video that I did the other day on the gifted fabric. I've got sort of some heavier fabric, sort of suitings and things like that. I've got a really nice birdie jacket that I've made a couple of times, which is denim jacket style, and I've made it in a black denim, and I've also made it in a cotton for the summer in the past, but I made them in the solid fabrics that they came with. And I thought it might be a really nice idea to use sort of a wintry fabric to make that again, but incorporate some of the sort of suiting fabrics that I've been given, which are heavy, sort of, I think they're like a wool blend, some of them, by the feel of them. Mix them in with some of my other bits of fabric to make a really fun jacket. And also, one of the fabrics that I showed in my previous video, I'm thinking now it might be really nice to use as a fun lining for that. So that's something I'm thinking about making it over the coming months, and I will share that with you. I need to have a little think and play around with placing fabrics and think what I'll do for that, but we've got quite a few months left of winter here in the UK, as it's winter when I'm filming this. So if I get to that in the next month, it's still going to get plenty of weather. Well, even into the spring, it'll be cool. So I'll be able to wear that. So I think that'll be really fun. I'm going to have a little look on Pinterest, see if anybody's done anything similar, see what kind of colours they've used. But I'm thinking sort of browns and navy, and then prints, and maybe some fun buttons, and a really nice lining. I did pick out one, show one the other day that was sort of golden browns and things. And there's a big piece of that, that'd be nice for the inside. So that's the thought I've had on that. I just thought I'd pop and make this video and show you these today, just to give you some inspiration for using up your scraps and your different bits of fabric. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and if it's given you some ideas, please let me know in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if this is your kind of thing. And I'll be back soon with another video. That's all for now. Bye.